There is a kind of change that rarely makes noise. It doesn't need announcements. It doesn't need approval. It happens quietly. Sometimes the people around us don't make growth easy. Family can criticize. Some people belittle your dreams. Some expect you to stay exactly the same. Sometimes the ones who pull you down the most are the people closest to you. At least, that was my story. For a long time I believed that becoming a new version of myself was impossible. But over time, I learned something powerful. Reinvention does not have to be loud. In fact, the most powerful reinvention often happens quietly. Quiet reinvention starts with one decision. You stop reacting to every voice around you. You stop letting the outside world define your direction. You don't shut down from life. You don't disconnect from the world. But you stop giving power to every opinion. Instead, you turn inward. You listen to your own thoughts. You begin to focus on the voice that actually wants something good for your life. Sometimes that voice is quiet. Sometimes it takes effort to hear it clearly, but it is there. And the more you listen, the stronger it becomes. Along the way, I also learned something about relationships. Not everyone around you needs to know your dreams. Not everyone needs to know your plans. Sometimes, the less you share, the more peaceful your life becomes, especially with people who secretly compete with you or feel uncomfortable with your growth. Silence can protect your progress. And when it comes to family, sometimes we choose a different path. Not everyone wants to disconnect. Sometimes we still want our parents in our lives. So instead of fighting every opinion, we learn something simple. We listen, but we do not absorb. The words enter one ear and leave the other. The relationship stays, but your peace remains intact. Another part of quiet reinvention is letting go of the past. The past can teach you lessons, but it does not need to define who you are becoming. When you are creating a new version of yourself, old stories are no longer necessary. The lessons stay, but the identity changes. Quiet reinvention often looks like long moments alone, thinking, reflecting, growing in silence. From the outside, nothing seems dramatic, but inside, everything is changing. Some people believe reinvention must be loud. They think transformation requires announcements or visible proof. But many of the biggest life changes happen quietly, and when the results finally appear, they speak louder than any announcement ever could. Until then, only one person needs to believe in the process: you, because quiet reinvention is not about impressing others. It is not about proving something to the world. It is about finally choosing to live a life that belongs to you. And sometimes, the most powerful transformation is the one that happens quietly.